Today I want to begin by asking you a couple questions. Have you ever used an e-cigarette? Have you ever smoked a cigarette or been a smoker? If you answer yes to the first question and no to the following question, you've likely been a victim of unethical marketing practices by big vape companies. Now, e-cigarettes were initially introduced to help smokers quit their habits. However, we've seen a dramatic shift in their purposes. Today I will explain a policy about these e-cigarettes. The federal government should ban the production and distribution of all flavored vapes. First, I will explain why all these young children are addicted to vapes, and then I will explain why a federally mandated ban is the best way to get them out of the hands of children. So, to begin, vape companies have been marketing their products to children for years. So, according to the website eliquid.com, vapes were first introduced to the United States in about 2007, with the only available flavor being tobacco. Now, this changed in about 2017 when the brand Juul was introduced, and they introduced a variety of flavors. Now, this included creme brulee, mango, mint, and fruit punch. This largely popularized the flavored vape. Now, Juul has actually admitted to their sneaky marketing tactics. In an article by the Seattle Times, Dr. Abel explains the testimony that the brand gave to the House of Representatives. They said that they met with students with no teachers present and told them that their products were completely safe. Now, Juul has also marketed their products to young social media influencers who will in turn promote them to their audiences. Juul also controls about 3/4 of the e-cigarette market and receives billions of dollars from the big tobacco brand Marlboro. Now, Juul has been conducting these unethical practices for years, and their support from big tobacco proves that they don't want these products off the shelves. They want as many people using these as possible because that is more profit in their pockets. Now, Juul is not the only company conducting these unethical marketing strategies. According to the CDC, about 18 million middle and high schoolers will be exposed to e-cigarette ads every single year. That's 7 out of every 10 students. According to the Addiction Prevention Coalition, they had analyzed the video ads from a bunch of e-cigarette companies and found that every single video had at least one appeal to children, whether that was happiness, sex, success, or friendship. The other largest factor in appealing to children are the flavors themselves. Now, the Truth Initiative states that about 43% of students state that they only tried their first vape because of the appealing flavor. And the most popular flavors among middle schoolers were fruits, candy, and other sweets. Now, this is why the flavors and the colorful packaging are so harmful and dangerous. Now, if an e-cigarette tasted like an actual cigarette, kids would likely have no interest. So this is why we need to make a change and put an end to this epidemic. So this is why we need a federally mandated ban. So, a few steps have been taken at the state level, and largely nicotine restrictions have been on a state-by-state basis. So, for example, in Oklahoma, there are no special taxes on nicotine products, and there are no packaging restrictions. An e-cigarette is not even labeled as a tobacco product, and but they are limited to sale of people 21 and older. Now, there was a bill, number 2674, that limited nicotine products to only be sold in adult facilities to try to keep them out of the hands of children. Now, these laws have been largely unsuccessful. A lot of them have been short-term emergency bans, or they have been blocked by legal challenges. So even though 9 states have attempted to ban flavored vapes, it's been largely unsuccessful. There has also been an FDA ban on pre-filled cartridges like the Juul Pods, so they can only be filled with tobacco flavored or menthol flavors. Now, these are also unsuccessful because there are many loopholes. There are large open tank refillable vapes that can still be used with flavors, and there are disposable pre-filled vapes that don't have cartridges, so they can still be filled with fruity flavors. Now, this is why we need something at the federal level, because at a state level, it's just not successful and not good at keeping the flavors off the shelves. I'm sure that you've still seen people using them, and there are still many shops around, even Tulsa, that have flavored vapes. So now at the federal level, there are a few restrictions, really only one. In 2019, President Donald Trump signed an act to change the age of tobacco products from the age of 18 to 21. And then, according to the California Tobacco Control, about 96% of kids that are using flavored vapes, 96% of kids that are using vapes are using flavors. So think about if we take all of the flavors off the shelf. All of those kids are going to have to either quit, or unlikely they would switch to tobacco flavored products. Now, a very important story was written in the Connecticut Mirror, where Kim Estes explains how her 10-year-old son became addicted to vaping. She states that he has continued vaping, which has been completely dictated by the flavors that he can get. She says that he won't use tobacco products and they'll even make him gag. So he needs the products to make the nicotine palatable. Now, to summarize, I have explained why these tobacco products have become so appealing to children and why a federal ban is the only way to get them off the shelves. So in conclusion, these big tobacco companies need to be taking more responsibility. They have caused an epidemic where so many children are becoming addicted to a harmful e-cigarette. Now, I'm sure that many parents would love having the peace of mind that their children are not at school filling their lungs with the harmful chemicals.